hits this blue thing, it will loop it once after the video's ended, and it will basically go back to the start like so. And then if I click that, it won't loop it. So that's why I don't really like it, because sometimes when you're rendering, if you leave this on, it will only render this bit. So remember to pull it back, or to put it to the whole video, etc. Okay, so what this button does is just plays from the start, the whole clip. That's pretty sick. And yeah, this one just plays from where it is. You can press space, this pauses it, this stops it, this goes to the start, goes to the end. Now these are actually pretty cool if you're editing montages or anything. Say you wanted to kill, if I skip to anywhere good, okay, say if I wanted to, you basically hold it, you don't want to just keep clicking your mouse. So I want to get to where I get the headshot, so I can press split on my keyboard and pause and play the button, and there you go, I've got the headshot, and I have a separate clip right here of just the headshot. There we go, that was pretty neat. And this is some of the stuff Sony Vegas can do. If you hold that there, it can also help you a lot. Now also in the description, I hopefully should have got a time to get around to putting time zones, so if you want to skip to another part of this tutorial, then feel free to, but I'm doing this in one take and one take only, and hardly any editing whatsoever. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is some cool effects and some cool different things I've learned from Sony Vegas. So say if I wanted, alright, let me try and find a really good kill. Right, he says really good kill. I don't get that many good kills in Battlefield, considering I just met this epic player on Battlefield. Alright, so alright, let me just get, sorry, this is really time consuming. I want to get to a kill that was pretty sick. Alright, here. Alright, you see this? I got a kill right here. Alright, so we can actually reverse this. If you want to know how to reverse something or copy something, just press copy. Now don't press Control C, because this is very unreliable. I tried it and it just generally doesn't work, so just manually press copy, not Control C. And now you can press Control V. Now Control V works, yes it does. Okay, so if you want to reverse a clip, yes, play it backwards. Note how we're doing nothing to this original clip, we're just reversing this, so just press reverse, easy as that. And you'll see a little arrow facing the left hand side. Now watch this. See, it got reversed. Now it would have been better if I showed you a video of me doing gymnastics, because it would have looked a lot better, but obviously for purposes of this video I'm just using some simple gameplay. Alright, so that was a bit of more video editing techniques. I've got some other ones called effects. Now effects, you want video effects, so I've shown you how to green screen kind of, not too much. Alright, this is called cookie cutter. Basically, see, it just cuts your whole video into like a little different thing. So yeah, I don't know, I've never used it, I never probably will. Yeah, it's just basically a gimmick. If you want to make some cool like crappy effects, then go ahead. This is also called defocus. Now this is pretty cool. Say if, alright, I'm just going to tell you something which is kind of advanced, but it's not really. Okay, say if you wanted text, but your text doesn't stand out. So what you want to do, remember everything I told you, drag in Sony Vegas. Everything has to do with drag. Now I really like this pop-up thing, so what I'm going to do is drag it. Now note how this is at the bottom layer. If your text isn't showing up, it's probably because it's not on the top layer. So what you do is click, hold and drag to the top. Okay, so this says pop-up, but I can't really see it, and if I chose another color it wouldn't be that nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to shorten this by dragging with my left mouse button. I'm going to apply a really cool effect. Now this is called defocus, so this is like a bokeh blur, and look at that, it's blurred out. See that? Now you can clearly see the pop-up, not so much the actual video. If you want to see the video just a bit, I would recommend doing a Gaussian blur, or however you pronounce it. I would probably go with a light blur or a medium blur, and alright, a medium blur doesn't really work that much, so I would go with a light blur. and then that will be all good. And now you can kind of see the footage, but not really that much. Okay, so moving on, we also have a few more effects. We have some glow effects. So I took a quick break, my brother walked in, and basically I was talking about some film grain, but let's just keep the video flowing. So what I'm going to do is I've talked about Gaussian blur, glint, maybe not. Alright, you can play about with this on your own. You don't really need me to teach you too many technical techniques in this. This is for beginners. Okay, so if you're talking about this is a prime lens, which is basically like no telephoto whatsoever. And if you don't know what I'm on about, then never mind, but it basically gives you like all these different types of lens flares. So you know, like when you film the sun and then you get like all these different light stuff, it's basically like that. Now I love this effect. You've probably seen me do this in some of my videos, but what it actually is it puts light rays. Now this is like a little technical, but alright, say if I put a weak light ray on, you see that it goes a bit blurry, and if I put the sensitivity, it won't do that much. It will actually just create some noise on the video, not in terms of audio, but noise, if you know what I'm on about. Moderate light rays. So basically if I play it, it's actually a pretty cool effect if you speed up videos. So if I wanted to speed up this video, I would actually want to choose this. Okay, if you don't know how to speed up a video, I've already told you, you go to the end of the video, which is normally the right hand side, press Control on your keyboard, and it says drag to time stretch. So that is the fastest it can go, and now I can make it slower, like so. Look at that, I'm making the actual thing slower. Look at that, everything's really slowed down, and yeah, you can just see the whole video in slow motion. It's pretty cool if you want to do anything, but now I just want to put some weak light rays on and show you the effect that we have made. There we go. Nice, nicely done. Alright, I think that's really much. That's all for this little thing, but we also have pinch and punt. I don't know what this is. Literally, I've never used half of these because you don't need that many for videos. I actually can use this time code. Basically, if you need some like FPS stuff, it will tell you the real-time FPS of the video and tell you the time of the actual video. It's pretty cool if you're doing like challenges and maybe you have 10 seconds and you can put a time frame on instead of like manually doing it yourself. This is a TV simulator. You can use these for some pretty cool effects, yeah. Alright, so I've talked about some video editing in general. Now, if someone wanted to, for example, put some well, this part is what was influenced by one of my subscribers. So say if you wanted a picture on a video, and I will teach you how to do it. I've got a picture on this video. It kind of doesn't match like a lens on a gameplay, but okay. Alright, I'm going to teach you. Alright, if you want the thingy to become smaller, not the thingy, the picture, come on, be professional. Alright, if you want it to become overlap the video, you drag this out. Now before that, go on the scroll wheel and just scroll down and up on the scroll wheel. Now drag this out for as small as you want, but I don't want it that small for the sake of this video. Now you're probably thinking, oh easy, I can just move this about. Nah, you can't really leave it like that. And the reason because I basically don't advise you to do this is because one, if I want it to drag like all the way, see, look, the video's going because this little bit here isn't basically good enough. So what you want to do is actually put this on a new track. So like I said, everything in Sony Vegas is to do with drag, so you can drag this onto a new track and it will manually create it for you. So this is on a separate track to anything else, don't get this mixed up. And now press this track motion, and what you want to do is, I can put it on a second monitor if I want, or I can just basically do that. So now you can actually manually move it about wherever you want, and no one, well, it doesn't make any difference whatsoever. So that's really, really cool. You can also rotate it maybe 90 degrees. Okay, it's not letting me. Yes, it is. Yeah. All right. My 9 isn't working for some reason. 300 degrees, lol. But yeah, that's that. Now I'm gonna delete that, but that's pretty cool. That's how to put a picture on a video. Now, video editing in general, say you wanted loads and loads of clips. Okay, I have loads and loads of clips on my PC on Battlefield, so these are probably all trash, but this video I know is pretty sick, so I'm actually gonna delete this and remove this. Okay, so say if you wanted to put loads of videos together and you've already skipped to where you want it to. Alright, I want to skip to here, but I just realized that I want another video. I want an epic video. So what you want to do is drag another video onto it. Now, what I tend to do is actually just zoom out of everything. Now, if you want to zoom in and out, you can use this. However, use your scroll wheel on your mouse. It is much better because you get a more better view and it's more controllable. Okay, so I actually want this clip put right here, this exact spot. So what you do is press S, split. It split the clip, so it's made it into 2 separate videos, and I just want this little bit. So now I went too quickly. I press S because I'm used to this so much. I do this every single day, and now I press delete and done, and I can drag it back and play it, and it will basically skip. See, it just skipped to this little clip, and there we go, done. And then it'll skip back to the actual video. So that's pretty cool. This is general editing. Now, if I wanted to maybe put a bit of text on top of it, I drag it on a new layer. Now, if you see, I'm not dragging it here, I'm not dragging it onto here, I'm dragging it up, and then pop up. Obviously you can change the text to whatever, but the pop-up will come up, obviously, and yeah, like so. Now, any effects for anything, I wouldn't really advise going too over the top. Effects is basically a gimmick unless you know how to work with them. You know what your audience like. If your audience like loads of effects, then go ahead, do it. But if you're making skits, and you need like effects and cool effects and stuff like that, and I probably said effects a lot of times, but oh well. That is basically all you need to know. The letter S is to split, and the delete key is to delete. Simple as. And if you're seeing me go back, there's here redo, but you want to know the posh way, or the easier way, not the posh way, the informal way, and that is to press Ctrl Z or Ctrl Z on your keyboard, and everything I just did will go back. Now, if you want to go forwards, you can obviously press Ctrl Y or just press forwards. I normally press the forward button because I haven't really experimented that much. Okay. So I've showed you a few techniques, but I want to show you a few advanced techniques as well. Okay, so what do I want to show you? Okay, here. Alright, so I'm killing a person, but I want to maybe slow just this bit down, just where I get the headshot. Alright, you see here? I just want to slow down, so I'm using this next frame thing. Alright, I want to slow this down. Alright, you can see the fire. I press split on my keyboard, S, and I just want to slow that until it just gets shot in his head. Look at that. And I'm zooming in as well. Look how tiny that clip is. But soon this won't be tiny, as I will be pressing Control and dragging it to make it very slow. Okay, so that is basically now slowed down, right down, and it doesn't seem that slow, but obviously it's just a tiny clip. I can make this whole clip even long. Oh, see, that is what I hate. Look at that. Alright, just drag it back, and there we go. Alright, let's try it again. Now everything's just in slow motion. You can see the game in slow motion. It's pretty cool how it works, like all the guns and everything, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to do some work on Sony Vegas. Alright, so that's all done. I'm gonna delete everything like that, unmute that, unselect. Alright, there we go. So now let's move on. Finally, this has been a long tutorial, and if you do want any more long tutorials, and even comment below what tutorial you want on Sony Vegas, and I will help. I will actually help. I'm not even lying. I'm not one of them people where I've got like more subscribers than most people and I don't reply to any comments. I'm one of them people that will always reply to the comments, no matter how many subscribers I have, or yeah. So obviously I will try and reply to as many as I can, but just bearing in mind I have school as well. So yeah. Alright, let's go. Last and final thing, come on guys, we're nearly there. We've nearly finished our first ever video. I've told you guys how to do a lot of the stuff in Sony Vegas. I hope you have mastered the basics of it and some final editing. Okay, so I want to make your life easier. For YouTube, there are four main things. Okay, so if you would like to render in 1080p, all you need to do is unselect these two, unselect them, and you'll have a list of things. Now look for something called main concept, ABC, AAC, MP4. Alright, that is what basically it is. Now scroll down and you will see something called internet 1080p. This is what you should use to render. Now you can actually favorite these by just pressing favorite. I want to favorite these because that is the only thing I use. Internet HD 720 and 1080. Okay, so that is it. Now if you want to render it now, basically you press the render button right here. You can actually browse to where you want it to save, and then just press the file name, save there, and then render, and then basically you'll have a rendering thing and it will show render the whole video for you. Wow, that's going pretty fast. Okay, so if you want to render in 60 FPS, what you want to do is make sure 60 FPS is selected here and hit apply. You can put 60 in if you want, just manually, but it doesn't really matter. Now if you want 60 FPS, as you can see I've already got one there ahead of the game, and I basically, what you want to do is right click, and in fact no, you want to press customize the template. Okay, so this saying the frame rate's 29 or 30, it's not. Is 60. We want to find 59 or 60. Okay, just put 60 manually, and there we are. Come on, 60. Enter. There we go. And it will make some random template. In fact, we can change around with the audio, but just try and match everything up to mine. And there we go. Now press favorite on this, and you can actually customize the template and actually rename it to 60 FPS. Obviously I can't do it at the moment because I've already got one, but then just press render and your videos will be rendered in full 60 FPS. Now last but not least, if you do want to rotate a picture or a video, it is simple. In fact, I use this for every single one of my unboxing, believe it or not. Alright, look at that, all my unboxings are done upside down because I actually have an overhead camera angle. You probably wouldn't know that, but yes, I do. So what I do, I sacrifice a camera angle for being upside down. But that doesn't matter, I find with that, because by simply clicking a few buttons on my keyboard and mouse, by pressing event and crop, going to angle, pressing 100, so we want to flip this, so a math for you 360 degrees will make it turn all the way, but we want to do it 180, so we can just move. Now you can do this. There we go. That's 180, and as you can see there, we have everything here. If I even press Control Z is upside down, so we can redo it twice, and there we go. See that? Right here. Now, oh, my fast voice. Alright, basically, yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. If you did enjoy it, please get a like. Now, I really want to make this really quick, but when I add backing music to any video, do this. Okay, so I've got a bit of backing music. In fact, alright, you'll okay, so that's the music, but why is it so loud? You want to do this volume side and turn the decibel from 0.0 to maybe -28, depending on how loud it is. Alright, that's a bit fast, but I don't really care because it's just a tutorial. But like I said, you can barely hear the backing music, and it's a lot better now. Sometimes, sometimes if I got some backing music, then I will actually but yeah. Yes, so that's that. So guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. It took a very long time to actually make, because it probably took me about half an hour. I'm not quite sure how long this video is, but yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a like and thumbs up, and also subscribe for some more Sony Vegas tutorials. Anyway guys, I'm Thumbs Up from Super Stream Video, and I'll talk to you.